This is the firearm I would have owned if the CZP-10C didn't exist. What's going on, guys? Quick first take on the M&P 2.0 with the revised trigger. Let's make YouTube happy. See that? Clear. Clear. We're good. Hold the trigger. Good to go. All right. Quick story about my relationship with the M&P. We've got none. When I was looking for a compact firearm to carry for cold months, my choices were reduced to 2 brands. I didn't mention it in my CZP-10C review, which if you haven't watched, I will put a card in the top right corner here. I had 2 brands in mind, 2 firearms, and it came down to the CZP-10C or the Smith Wesson M&P 2.0. Man, this is not mine. This is on loan to me by a good friend of mine. Thanks for that. The reason, and the only reason why I went with the P10C over the M&P 2.0 was the trigger. Now that they've revised it and it looks like this instead of that trigger that they had, man, I'm having second thoughts. Nah, hold your horses. I'm not saying that the trigger here is better than the P10C's trigger, but if you've watched my videos, you will know I like form and function. I have to say, in this price range, this category, this is, for me, all right, the best looking firearm out of the gate, especially when they came out with the front serration. I mean, just look at that. This is pure craftsmanship. It's ridiculous what they've done here. If it's not the best looking firearm in this price range, can we at least agree that this is the best looking slide I've ever seen? I mean, especially when the light hits it like this. This is crazy. And don't even get me started on the stipple job here. This is well known for collecting DNAs. Oh man, I don't know what to say. I've only put like 70 rounds through this, and I can tell you already, if I had given Smith & Wesson a chance with this trigger before I got my PDP, just my experience shooting this firearm, just the feel, the felt recoil that I get from this compared to the PDP stock, this may have been it. I don't know what they did. They didn't just re-engineer their trigger shoe, but even the pull. And I like this. I don't know if it's like that with all M&Ps that, you know, come with this trigger, but there's this click, okay, when you hit the wall. Listen to that. It just lets you know. And the safety tab that they put there. This thing feels like a video game controller button. Like it's weird, but in a good way, like in a very good way. I love the way it feels. And that click when you hit the wall, and then, oh man, I can do this all day, man. And the way it breaks, listen to the click. And then, nah, I'm not gonna give it all the praise without bringing up some concerns. The reset, still kind of shy. But other than that, man, this is, I mean, just look at this slide, man. I sound like a salesman, but look at this. The fish scale serration, and I love the way that they cut into the slide here. Listen to that. And don't get me started on the finishing. I think my Hellcat can learn a lesson or two. All right, on finishing. Look at that. And look at this. Man, get out of here. I'm gonna say it again. If I didn't follow the hype on the PDP and just waited long enough to get this trigger, there wouldn't be any PDP in my lineup. I'm just being serious. Like, I'm being honest with you. As a matter of fact, out of all my firearms, if I ever have to get rid of one or sell one, the first one to go will be the PDP. But let's not make this about the PDP. Let's make this about the M&P. All right. Sometimes you just gotta go with the old and, you know, old and faithful. But like I said, it's not all praises. The reset still leaves a lot to desire. The only thing that may not work well for me, I struggled with it when I first picked up the firearm, but kind of worked through it, is my reach to the mag release. It's not the best, but I figured out a way to just push through it, you know. And I hate the fact that, and I think you noticed it too, I'm kind of like breaking my grip a little bit to hit it. And I'm also lifting my pinky because they've cut the frame just short enough. So without the mag, this is where my pinky sits. So like I got 3/4 of my pinky on it. And this worries me for reloads because if you go for reload, it doesn't pinch my finger actually. It's pinching this side. But it's not so bad. It's actually, it's not even a pinch. It's just rubbing against my skin here. Don't really like that feeling because I'm not used to it, but I think it's something that we can, you know, I can work through. Listen to me talking about this firearm like I already own it. But yeah, this deserves another look. All right, it does deserve another look. I mean, just would you look at that? I mean, just look at that. Oh, man. This thing is a beauty. One thing that I like, and it's weird, I was looking in their website and they didn't even mention it, but if you look at the front of the barrel, I don't know if I want to say it's crowned, but it's like they started the crowning process, but didn't go all the way. So like a 15%, 20% crowning, which I think looks cool. It makes the front of the gun look cool. Yeah, this thing looks good. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Yeah. So long story short, Smith, when you see Wesson, tell him it's not him. It's me.